What's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So today I'm just going to show you my why is push session always hard to say? I always struggle to say push session. Push workout today, and I'm going to run through that. I'm going to run through the setup, why I do X amount of sets, why I do certain exercises, and I'm also going to run through why I eat the way I do, why I eat a certain amount of meals, etc, etc. Okay, so first I'm just going to go through the training, and then after that I'll go through the food. Okay, as always, make sure you hit the subscribe button. A lot of people watch these videos and don't actually subscribe, so please subscribe. It does help build my channel. Any topics you want me to cover, just hit me a comment down below. Okay, so next clip is going to be me training. Guys, first exercise of this push workout is barbell press. So only 90 kilos. That's all I've got at the minute. I've got another 40 kilos in my shed that I need to get, so I can do a little bit heavier. So I'm just kind of repping this out as much as I can. I think I'll do 3 sets on this barbell press, as many reps as possible with this weight. And then once I get the other weights, I'll be able to do some heavier stuff. So next up, we've got dumbbell press using these beasts, 47.5 kilos. Now, I've lifted 60 kilos before, but these seem very heavy, these Hex dumbbells. I bought these about 3 weeks ago. Very handy. So I think this is my second set, and I actually done this just for the video. My first set, I actually got a lot more reps. As you can see, I had more reps in the tank, but I just wanted to get this done, recorded. I should have recorded the first set. But anyway, this is the second exercise. I do 2 compounds, and then I move on to a dips. So I'll show you the dips now. So dips here with no weight. Now, the issue that I have with training at home is that I just feel like I can't lift as heavy. I don't know what it is. Not being in the gym, I just feel weaker. Training at home, I don't push as hard. I don't know if you're the same. When it was lockdown and everyone was training at home, you just don't feel like you've got that same intensity as you do when you're at the gym. But you know, I'm still getting things done right, and it's handy having the home gym. That's chest finished. Moving on to shoulders. Because my dumbbells go from 20 kilos to 47.5, I haven't got anything in the middle, so I have to rep out 20 kilo dumbbells. I've got a bit of a shoulder injury, so this is actually a bit of a struggle. I've lifted way more than this before, but again, it's just doing what you can, right? So moving on to the second shoulder exercise, we've got side lateral raises. I think this is 10 kilos, just getting some blood in the muscle. I'm not a fan of side laterals anymore, especially with moving to jiu-jitsu and doing more strength-based training. I don't tend to do a lot of isolation work. It's more just a bit of a pump just to feel good. And as you can see, I stopped. I'm just trying to get a few extra reps just to get some blood in the muscle. Moving on to triceps now. One of my favorite exercises for building the triceps is close grip bench press. You do have to make sure that you're really focusing on the triceps here, because you can get a bit complacent and just start pushing it and benching it like you was to do a normal bench press and work on the chest. So I like to keep my elbows in, not too much, but not flare them out too little. And I like to be as narrow as possible without being unsafe. But great exercise for really building big triceps. Last exercise, because I haven't got much equipment, I haven't obviously got any machines, I'm just doing a banded push down, a single arm, which actually really is beneficial when it comes to jiu-jitsu. With jiu-jitsu, you're grabbing collars, you're grabbing sleeves, so it's just a nice little pump finisher. And also you're working your grip as well. So the way I'm holding onto this band is the way you'd probably hold onto a collar or a grip, and it just helps with the strength there. So you know, I'm not normally a fan of doing any banded type stuff, but again, it's just one of those things that you have to adapt, and you can make it work. Okay guys, so that was my push workout. Hope you enjoyed that. Now I'm going to run through some of the things with my nutrition at the minute. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see some of the foods that I eat. But if you've seen my previous videos, my full days of eating, you'll see that most of my food is a kind of single ingredient very nutrition quality based food. I honestly believe that you are what you eat. And as much as we know you've got to hit a calorie target to get in shape, we can often neglect our food quality. And it's something that I really try to push with my clients in being aware of the foods that you eat, because that's going to determine the way you feel, your energy, your mood, your focus, and your health. If you're someone that really cares about longevity, then we shouldn't be disregarding nutrition quality. So when I look at my food, I'm not just eating for pleasure. I'm eating for a purpose. And that sometimes means that I have to eat foods that are not particularly amazing. You know, I could spend a lot more time making these delicious meals and adding different foods, etc. But one, I haven't got the time, and two, I'm not always looking for that dopamine hit. I'm always looking at how is this food going to nourish me and make me feel good, make me perform good. And don't get me wrong, I don't eat clean 100% of the time. You do see me have cheat meals, you do see me have binges, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to try to eat nutritious quality foods most of the time. So the way I set up my nutrition plan is I have 3 meals a day. And this is very strange because I literally never thought I'd be that person that would only eat 3 meals. I always used to be that person that used to eat 5 to 6 meals a day. You have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. But you soon start to learn that you can still get results eating 3 meals, 1 meal, 2 meals. As long as you're hitting your calories, as long as you are getting your protein in. And I personally like to have big meals. So if you're someone that likes to have big meals, there's nothing wrong with having 2 to 3. But you've also got to look at hunger. If you're someone that gets super hungry after 3 or 4 hours without eating, and that then makes you want to overeat or consume foods that you shouldn't do, then that might not be the best strategy for you. I've kind of discovered that if I do fast for too long in the morning, I do want to overeat. I want to eat more than I should be eating in my first meal, for example. So I'm aware of that. And I think when it comes to dieting, when it comes to losing weight, you should really try to work out what works best for you. And it's exactly what I do with all of my clients. I don't say you've got to do it this way. We start off a certain strategy, and then if it doesn't work, we amend it, we tweak it to make sure it fits them, it fits their schedule. So I have 3 meals per day, 2,500 calories on average, and around 220 grams of protein. Carbs and fats, they fall into place. So I don't have a specific carb target or a fat target. I go by how I feel. Sometimes I might have carbs before I train. Sometimes I don't. I do have carbs in my post-workout meal and my last meal, which is my evening meal. And again, it just really comes down to how I feel. Sometimes I really want a lot of fat. If I'm having a lot of fat, eggs, cheese, meats, then my carbs are going to be a little bit lower because my fat content is going to be higher, and that's going to be a lot more calories. As long as I'm hitting my protein intake and my calorie intake, I don't care where the carbs and fats go, but I do get a minimum of 150 grams of carbs in because I'm doing a lot of activity. So my activity is my jiu-jitsu sessions, my strength training, occasionally a fitness session. I'm not a fan of cardio session. I'm not a fan of fitness cardio. Okay, cardio in general, going on a bike and doing 30 minutes at a slow pace is easy. The same with a cross trainer. I've been doing cardio for years. If you want to get absolutely shredded, you have to do cardio. But cardio for fitness, I don't particularly enjoy. I don't enjoy doing anything that's kind of getting my heart rate up too much. It's just personal preference. You know, some people don't like doing certain types of training methods. And I've never been one to really enjoy fitness type of cardio, to get fitter. But if I have to improve my fitness for jiu-jitsu, then it's going to help. But again, you know, you look at certain things, and if it was easy, then it wouldn't be worth doing. So you've got to look at everything in that if it's hard, you're going to get some good results from it. So you have to force yourself to do things sometimes. So that's where I'm at. my fitness, my strength, my body fat, it's all going in the right direction, but I'm not there yet. I'm going to give myself a good 8 to 8 weeks to where I'm happy with everything, and then I'm going to maintain, which is a hard thing to do. But as I mentioned in my last video, it's really a case of bringing up the calories for me, because I've been on lowish calories for a while. 2,500 calories is low for me. I've been up to 4,000 before, and that should be the goal for most people. You don't want to be maintaining low, super low calories, because if you're someone that likes to eat a lot of food, there's no reason why you can't. As long as your energy output is high enough, you're training hard, you can really get your calories up. It just takes a bit of time and a bit of discipline when you're lean and reversing out of it. So I'm going to leave it with that video, guys. Any questions, as always, please let me know. I will answer any question that you throw at me, whether it's on here, whether it's on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.